Filthy Show has extremely explicit content. It is not intended for children, adults, or anyone really, especially retards without a sense of humor. If you offend easily, please fuck off now. Welcome to the Filthy Show. We got Chris Rees back.
I'm back.
After you took a couple weeks off, you just went and collected kids? Is that what you were doing?
I got a good amount of kids.
You went on a mission in Africa to see how many you could get?
Couple garbage bags full of kids.
Are you old enough to rent a van?
No.
That got to make it pretty
How
tough.
old do you have to be to rent a van?
You got to be 25 to rent a car. I'm not sure how old you are.
In like a couple weeks, I'll be 25.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
dude.
there it is.
This game's about to go
You know
up.
what we're going to do.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Also, a garbage bag full of kids is just like 2 kids.
It's like maybe 2.
Yeah, it's going to break. That's 3 or 4 garbage bags stacked together.
But those African kids are so skinny, you can really pack them in.
That's a good point.
You can fold them up.
You fold them.
Stack them.
Yeah,
Like laundry.
that brings us to our guest.
Yeah.
Matt Ross. How you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, this is
Thank you for coming.
the number one podcast in Austin that most people don't want to do.
Yeah.
Seems about right.
It's the number one something.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. It's the number one podcast that people go, should I do this?
That's probably a mistake because it's like I might get canceled, and then also there's no pro.
Well, and it's like weird.
nothing
Like,
good that will
yeah,
happen.
it's like, well, am I going to get any views or followers? Like, no.
Not at all.
But
You really fucked up.
We might have a clip from this that years when you get really successful will ruin all that.
Yeah. Well, that's the fucked up part. I think about shit like I get like spirally about that sometimes, like just like just anything, and it's like sometimes just being in the room and laughing at something bad makes me go, oh God, God, what if somebody's gonna clip me joking and laughing about
Just being
black kids being in trash bags?
Yeah. You
And
didn't
just
say stop.
the fact that I didn't like approach and just be like, that's not right for you to do. It's like, we got to cancel him.
The hard thing for you too is that you're you're a good looking guy and you're normal looking. So people get mad when you're around this kind of stuff. When we say it, they're just like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Consistently blown away every time I watch you do your set, how little people seem upset by it.
Yeah, I think I'm so unlikable right away. People are already like, well, I'm not going to like this guy. And then if I say something that makes them dislike me, they're like, oh yeah, I was right.
Oh, I was right. Therefore, I'm going to laugh at him
It's
now.
fine.
Yeah.
I was correct. He's not like a sweet guy. But it's weird because off stage, I'm just like a fucking dad. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
it
doing
is.
anything.
You have one of the greatest like yin and yangs of any comic I've ever met.
Yeah,
Not that you're fake on stage. Like you still make those kind of jokes off stage, but you also go home and like have like a wife and a child.
Yeah, I mean,
He runs
I
his jokes by his
I
kid.
run my rape jokes by my daughter.
Yeah. How old is
Yeah.
she?
She's 4. She turns 5. in
Oh,
April.
she's old enough to get it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
I let her watch my comedy on mute.
Yeah, that's good.
She's always like, I want to see daddy shows. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you won't get the jokes, but you're going to get some words
You
that you
play
walk away with.
like Jim Gaffigan over it. It's like, this is me. This is your dad joking about Hot Pockets.
Yeah, what does your dad do? My dad does a joke there. He goes, hot pockets, rape pockets.
So how old are you?
I'm 31.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
30.
I just look like an 80-year-old wizard.
Oh yeah, we had this. Somebody said that the other day because I was talking about how I just had my birthday, and you were like, "Isn't
Yeah.
it fucked up? I'm only a year older than you."
It's
Or
pretty
sunset.
brutal. I look like I got resting warlock face pretty
Yeah.
hard. It's weird too because I think we talked about this on the last podcast. We pulled up a video of me the first time I did comedy. I looked like 13, and that was only when I was like 24. So just within
shit.
that time span, something happened. I
Yeah,
pissed off a
You had a
gypsy
kid.
or something.
yeah. Seriously, somebody's got a voodoo doll of you, and they are not.
It was either
happy.
having a kid or the years of drug abuse. It could be the
That's
kid.
probably-
I
lean towards
would argue
thing.
both of those are pretty bad for you.
You
Oh, the
are drinking
combination?
2 IPAs at 2 in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
I was about to say I saw those cans out there, and I thought, oh, these boys are drinking. They look like
Energy drinks,
or
maybe?
like energy drinks, or like a yerba mate or whatever they are. And then I came in here and I realized you're both drinking 2 tall boys of IPAs at 2
right.
p.m.
Here's the
partied,
thing, though.
Matt. We
Before
partied.
you guys said that, no one watching this knew it was 2 p.m. So they didn't think we had.
Yeah,
to
no, I did. I said that specifically for the effect. You know,
Now
Like,
everybody knows.
I want everybody to know
when
that it's
people
2
watch
p.m.
this, because it's every episode I have it 2 tall boys of IPAs.
well,
We're
Matt,
like, wow,
you're
it's
drinking a
2
sparkling
p.m.
water right now.
I
You
am drinking a sparkling water.
Gay?
Yeah, I'm pretty gay, honestly. But you know, I got my drinking in when I could, and it's all over now.
You don't drink anymore?
No.
Were
I don't
you just
drink.
bad at it, or did you get tired of it?
Well, I was really, really good at it and drugs, and then I got really bad at it, and then you have to stop.
What was your drug of choice?
Hitting
Heroin.
women.
Heroin.
So
Heroin, which
right.
only feels a little bit better.
Oh, you went like all the way. You did
Yeah.
real drugs.
Oh, you really did heroin? Okay.
Interesting. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah.
How good is it?
It's the best.
it's got to be
my
the
God.
best, right?
It's so good. Like anytime you see somebody or like you have a family member or a friend who's like and like the people will be like, why are they like, I don't get it. Why are they doing this? It's like, it feels better than anything else ever.
That's the only reason I haven't done it. I think it's the only drug I haven't done outside of like bath salts and that stuff that makes you eat your skin. and
Yeah.
stuff. Crocodile. I've been meaning to try crocodile.
Crocodile is basically just heroin, except
Oh, yeah?
it makes your flesh dissolve, which kind of stinks.
That's way cooler.
That's like a pretty
That seems
shitty
like something I
side.
would've-
It's
yeah.
like a weird sci-fi side effect.
That's the only addition.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
makes you feel like you're on heroin, but you lose your skin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want that.
Yeah,
Then
no.
don't do
no.
crocodile.
Listen, a lot of bad things came from me doing heroin. I think if at any point my skin had just started to decay, I would have probably gotten sober even quicker.
Really?
Were you like super skinny when you were doing it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 240 right now, and I recently lost 20 pounds.
Were you like one of those homeless heroin addicts?
No. That's actually the opposite. I was like, skinny. Well, skinny is relative. I was like 180 pounds, just skinny compared to me now.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you're
I-
tall too, so that probably looked weird.
Yeah, and but I was still like fat looking. Like it was like I was never like a cool skinny or like even like a drug skinny. It was just like a skinny fat kind of.
Kind of had that
thing.
pot belly.
Yeah, I still had like love handles and rolls and
Yeah.
shit.
I'm kind of like that. I have a huge head too, so when I'm really skinny, it's not.
You look
fun.
crazy.
Yeah, people hate it.
Yeah,
I was like a
but-
really weird makeup creative fighter in like a boxing game.
But I also had like a Justin Bieber like boy band kind of like high school boy haircut.
Okay.
Damn.
Were you
And
doing
so-
comedy around this time?
No, I didn't start comedy until I was sober in Florida. So this
Okay.
was all in Oklahoma.
I want
kinda-
that Matt Ross back. Let's interview
Yeah,
that one.
dude.
Heroin comics are rare. You don't see a
Yeah.
lot of them.
No.
Unless
anymore.
a lot of them hide it. Yeah, it seems like it didn't used to be rare. Like you have Mitch Hedberg. I think Artie Lang was
Greg
doing a
Giraldo.
lot of heroin, right?
Yeah. Artie Lang, Greg Giraldo, all of them, and Mitch
they're doing
Hedberg, and
pretty
all of
good.
them are doing really great.
Yeah, all of them are having these. The only one who's alive might be the worst off of all of them.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like, dude, like that really is. It's like, it's worse to be the guy who can't stop doing heroin and
Yeah.
lives forever. If Artie Lang had died from a heroin overdose, like Jim Belushi style, or like any of those other guys, we would be like, Artie Lang is one of the greatest.
He'd be a
Not-
legend.
Not
Yeah.
that he's not a legend still.
Some people think
but
of him
it
that
just
way.
gets tainted by, and then everybody goes, "What the fuck is going on with his nose?"
Yeah, then the dude without a nose shows up.
Yeah, everybody's like, Artie Lang's the greatest until he walks in and you can't recognize him because his face is falling
Yeah, did
off.
someone order a retarded kid's clown?
Yeah.
He said he'll never get it fixed to remind him what he used to be.
That's dumb.
He should get
That's
it
a
fixed.
really stupid way to think.
Didn't he say
look
he
dumb.
like snorted a bunch of drugs that had glass in it or something?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, eventually, like drugs are just cut with such crazy shit
Yeah.
that like it just dissolves your septum that like basically holds your nose up. So his nose is just continuing to,
Yeah.
because like even like cokeheads will get like a deviated septum, and if you just keep doing that, it just erodes literally the bridge that like holds your nose in place.
Probably makes it easier to do coke. It just goes right in there.
I don't know.
Probably not.
You have one big nostril, you just have to kind of hold it open.
Two straws.
Yeah.
One straw in each one.
2 straws.
I'm a walrus.
Hey.
Oh, I'm a fun cokehead.
Yeah.
Cokeheads are. It's interesting about coke because it's not that dangerous of a drug if you're poor, because it's impossible to get addicted to it unless you want to start like getting railed in the
How
ass.
much should heroin go for?
But then you go crack if you're poor cokehead and you start
we
to
should
get
go crack.
we should go crack.
That's actually really.
Thank you, Matt.
crack is one of the things I never did, and it's one of the things I really wish I had done.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Actually, like, no, I go back and forth because everybody's like, that first hit of crack is crazy.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because today we have some crack.
Yeah.
Here we go on the Filthy Show.
flush it down the toilet. My
Do you
sobriety.
think we
dude.
could
I'll smoke
post that
crack.
on YouTube if we just smoked crack on the
I feel like
podcast?
We'll call it something else.
We could just pretend like it's not real.
look at him smoking soap. He's gonna. It's like one of the videos Steve-O posts. Like if Steve-O can post him like shitting into a fan,
Yeah.
surely we can post me smoking soap.
I love Steve-O because everyone's like, he's doing so good now, but the only reason he's even still relevant is because all he does is tell stories about all the cool shit he did when he was addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
The second he starts talking about his actual life, people are like,
Yeah,
sucks.
like if Steve-O got on stage and then like talked about the video he was about to show you, and then the video was just like him being like really in love with his wife and his dog
and being
people
happy.
would be like, this is gay, dude.
Shove something up your ass.
Yeah.
Are you
dude.
gonna do cocaine and
It's-
jump out of a window
Right.
into a van?
So crazy.
And it's funny, his stories are always like, yeah, I got really fucked up. I beat up a guy. I got my arm cut open. I put maggots in it. He's like, it was a pretty good time. I'm like, that sounds like a horrible time for everyone but you.
Yeah,
because
dude.
they
It sounds
probably weren't.
horrifying to
On a
watch.
bunch-
Truly.
He was into what, like nitrous? Wasn't that it? He was doing
Yeah,
those
he
little
was
like
a big
whippets.
ketamine, cocaine, and like whippets.
I don't get whippets because it's so quick.
I've never done whippets.
I've never done them either.
This is actually really funny. I remember one time I was in the car with my buddy and we were going to buy Dilaudid, which is like a super hardcore painkiller.
Mhm.
And the guy who came in the car to sell it to us had like a can of whippets.
Just offered it to you.
And he was like, do you want to try it? And I was like, no, because I was scared.
Okay.
It's,
I was about to shoot painkillers into my arm. And I was like, that's too much for me.
To be fair, it is not fun because it whacks your brain in the head with a baseball bat basically for like just like 45 seconds. It's not even a long time.
Well, and at this time I prided myself in being like, I know what's on the pills. I know that it's printed. I know the dosage,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But you hear
Safe.
stories about some kid in school huffing fucking computer cleaner and it freezes his lungs and he dies. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to die.
I
That'd
never
be such
did
a
that.
gay way to die.
Yeah. You just
Huffing?
computer cleanered yourself.
Are you kidding? Yeah.
Yeah.
They find a bunch of pills on me and they're like, oh, he was cool and he died this lame way.
Yeah, he died from that, but his hard drive was fucking so clean. Yeah, we were able to get a lot of music files out of him. Everything was fine.
Did you ever have to do anything bad to get money for heroin?
Nothing like that'll be like,
Do you have rich parents?
not rich, no. I had
Middle
a good,
class?
I had
Enough
a good
to support
life.
your heroin addict?
Well, so like it would be
Addiction?
like it's like we're like upper middle class. It's because we lived in Oklahoma. If we were anywhere else, we would have been a peg down.
Wouldn't
I
have
think.
been much.
But yeah, I mean, mostly just like like stealing from my little brother and shit like that. Nothing
not
like
too bad.
nothing like truly crazy, except that he was like 12 at the time, and I was like
But he
taking his
was
Christmas
sucking
money.
dick.
Give me your $5,
Yeah,
you
but
motherfucker.
That money was from sucking dick.
So
but-
he was, yeah.
You're just holding
So-
a knife up to your brother's neck?
Yeah.
Give me your $5, bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus,
so-
you don't have to do that. He's 12.
yeah. No, I just beat the shit out of them. Yeah,
That's bad, man.
No, I never. My brother could beat the shit out of me now too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, my brother would just beat the shit out of me sometimes. He's 2 years older than me, and he was
Yeah.
always like in better shape than me. I just remember playing video games. He just kicked the door down and be like, "Oh no, did you have a bad day?" Just like a battered woman. I'm like, "No."
But I'm sure looking at you, you've got to be in better shape than him now, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
that I'm a jacked alpha, the tables have really turned.
Yeah.
Well, I got bigger than him,
You're
and then
not
I
in better
realized,
shape than Shane.
no, I'm still not. But I could probably just get on top of him and hold him
Yeah.
down. That's what I started doing when I got a little bigigger than him.
So you got, you.
If
once you
someone
get
doesn't
bigger-
know how to fight and you outweigh them, all you really got to do is just lay on them and cry.
that's a good.
They'll tap out.
Just scream, cry into their face.
Yeah, just scream your mom's name.
Yeah,
How all my Tinder dates ended.
yeah, hell yeah.
I can't imagine that. If Chris was on top of you, just like hammer fisting you, just screaming his mom's name, crying, that'd be awful. I would beg for that to
That sounds like a horrible scene from like some sort of like youth tragedy movie. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great.
You fit that profile.
A
I'll
youth
nev-
tragedy?
So I watched a movie one time back when I had cable at my parents' house, and like all I remember is like Josh Peck being in it and being like,
Oh, is it Bully?
Is
Or
that
no,
what it's
not
called?
It's called Mean Creek.
Mean
Yeah,
Creek.
so they're like in the river and he's like calling kids faggots. And
Well,
like
yeah,
I think
he's
one of the
talking
kids dies
To
and
the
shit.
kid, they kill him.
Oh, yeah.
They
I just
bring him
remember-
out there to fuck with them because he always fucks with them. And then really it's like, it's a pretty good movie. He's just like a sad kid that doesn't actually have a lot of friends. So he like
Yeah.
does that kind of shit to get attention. And there's one kid there who has two dads. He's like, you never shut about your two faggot fathers. It's just to be fair, that kid doesn't shut up about his two
He
dads.
talks about him a lot.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
really cares. And then I think he just falls into the water and drowns.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie's about them like trying to keep a secret and stuff.
Right.
But Josh Peck films everything, so I think they eventually find the camera.
I don't remember how it ends, but it's a good movie.
I remember watching it, and it like all I knew at the time was like, oh, this guy's from like Drake and Josh, which I enjoyed. And then you watch him like you watch that, and it's just like the most horrific. It's not anything like Drake and Josh.
Yeah, he just drowns.
Just in case anybody listening is wondering,
the bubbles stop, and then it's I never thought that it'd be so simple. He comes out and he goes, Megan.
It's just like Megan and the bubbles. Yeah,
but you're saying my vibe fits that.
Your vibe fits that. I could see
you're like a bully, fat bully.
Kid. Like you have, or like even even like. The like kid is misunderstood and gets bullied and then freaks out and like beats the bully to death in like the hallway. Like you kind of have that vibe a little bit.
I could see that. Thank you. You were just really quiet though, right?
Yeah, I was really quiet. No one really picked on me. The black kids liked me a lot because I said fucked up things.
Well, that's great.
So they always kind of had my back.
Black guys do love like a misunderstood white guy.
Yeah, they always got one in their crew just in case. It's smart. They keep him close in case he shows up with a submachine gun.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm racist. They're first.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is
fast. You're not going to get them.
Not faster than a bullet.
They are fast. Almost all of them.
Maybe faster than a bullet, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe exactly as fast as a bullet.
And depending on, I mean, they probably are used to dodging bullets.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Because they're fucking black, dog.
Sorry.
Yeah, you took it there. But to be fair,
man.
black neighborhoods do tend to have more shootings than other
They
ones.
do.
I lived in one for years.
I lived near one.
The town, well, I was a military kid, so I didn't really grow up there, but I went to middle school and he grew up there. And it's like 70% black, I'd say.
You guys are both from like the Seattle area, right?
Yeah.
But I hear a lot of like, everybody thinks Seattle and they think of like, like
Seattle, not all parts,
but around it, because my ex was from Washington and she was like, a lot of areas are like really
I think what happened is Seattle became so like rich and white that it pushed out a lot of the people, like a lot of black people and
classic.
Stuff. So that never happened.
Tacoma's where Seattle sends all their black people, and Lakewood's where Tacoma sends all the scary black people.
So black people
it just funnels down. It's like a sift. Like well,
Tacoma was really bad. At one point, like
hear
Hilltop was one of the like biggest gang areas.
It's pretty bad now too.
It's not nearly as bad as it used to be though. There are like white people there now. Like there's, but like real white people, not like me.
Yeah. Wait.
There's just little
what do you mean
coffee
real white
shops
people?
everywhere.
Like white people who have spent most of their life around other white people.
Oh,
like
so
white,
what you're saying is the area that the gentrification pushed all these people to is now being gentrified slowly.
Yeah, by even whiter people.
Even whiter people who are like, the property value here is so low, I could easily start my coffee shop here.
I used to be rich here for making $33,000 a year. They looked up to me. Now I'm nothing.
That's great.
A lot of Asians too.
I actually knew that. I knew. I grew up in Oklahoma City. A lot of Vietnamese, which I like. I like Vietnamese. I don't like the way they talk. I feel it's really aggressive all the time. But the people themselves are fine.
It's a lot of
they're
popping.
Good.
It's like ting bop.
Yeah, it's a lot of pop. Yeah.
I hate when they're in tunnels in the trees. That's when it gets really bad.
There's a lot of tunnels in Tacoma. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the Viet Cong
tunnel warfare
tunnels
going on in Tacoma. It's tough, but if you get down there, really good food.
Yeah.
There's like a guy stirring a big pot.
The pho, he's building the broth for the pho.
That's like it. It's just like Vietnamese food is just pho and then those spring rolls. That's all they make.
Oh, spring rolls are good.
Yeah, you know what?
And pork chops. They make really good. Like a Vietnamese pork chop is really good.
See, I always say that I really like Vietnamese food because I grew up in Oklahoma. But when I really think about it, you're right. It's like it's whatever comes on the side of pho. I actually don't know any other Vietnamese food aside from like they have the like shrimp chips that go in the pho, and then they have like those little spring rolls. They have the normal spring rolls, and they have the clear ones with the peanut sauce.
I like those.
That's really all that I know.
Are there a lot of Vietnamese?
Banh mi. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Dude, never mind. I'm
That's
cultured
about
as
it,
fuck,
though.
dude.
That was like 4 things.
Bond. It's crazy that whole nation of people is surviving on spring rolls, pho, and sandwiches.
They won the war.
That's all they have.
Yeah, that's all we left them.
Yeah,
we took all their fried
that's
chicken
all we
restaurants.
left them when we lost.
After but we lost hard. We did a lot of really mean stuff to them before we lost.
Yeah, it's like when you're losing a fight and you go, "I'm going to grab this guy's dick." Yeah, it's like that. Yeah,
it's like you got beat up by a guy, but before he beat you up, you put your butt on his face. They just rubbed it on his face. They're like, yeah, Chad knocked out George, but George butt faced him before that. Hard.
That's all you talk about.
Chad's face still smells like butt a little bit. But George still likes to visit it sometimes. I've heard it's a great place to go for like tourism now. Like really pretty.
Vietnam?
Mm-hmm. What are the main immigrants in Oklahoma that you people don't like?
Texans.
Oklahoma doesn't like Texas very much. That's like our whole thing.
Well, we used to go there all the time.
Yeah, that's where I met
because
you. That's where I met both of you.
Up in Roast Battle.
The Roast Battle. Tacoma Comedy Club is, when we started there, they only had 2 clubs, and now they have like 9 or 10. Yeah. They have like an insane amount.
So when we met, they only had like 2? They only had the
I think they had 4. I think they had Spokane, Tacoma, Skyline and Bricktown.
Now they've opened a bunch.
Yeah, now there's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 more. They have one at Tulsa that was really fun.
Yeah, I just did Tulsa not that long ago.
I did that with Big J. Okerson. It's still, at least for that, it's a lot of people who aren't there for the headliner. Yeah, it's a lot of that because it's Tulsa.
At my show, nobody's there for me. So I'm so used to that it's great. But it was a sector. It was like a population of people. I didn't realize how trashy people in Tulsa were.
Oh, which, by the way, really trashy.
Are really fun people to perform comedy for.
Oh, I had trashy people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, feel how you want politically. Trashy conservatives are the best people to perform for.
We used to do a lot of small town Texas shows.
Oh yeah,
that was like the main thing we did when we first got down here. We'd go to like Marble Falls and like middle of nowhere places where like we would bring our friend John Rice, who's gay, and they would really just not like him because he's gay.
I forget John's gay. I see him around all the time. I never go, there's that gay guy.
Yeah, that's what he always says. He's like, I'm incog homo. That's his joke. But I'm like, I don't know. It didn't surprise me that much. He's just a dirty guy. So it doesn't surprise me that he does dirty, ungodly things. Like
he's already gay. Dirty. So when he gets to hell,
like reverse cowgirl.
He was already going to go to hell.
Is he a bottom or a top?
He's a bottom.
That's a funny thing to think about, isn't it? Like, like you just have your boy and it's like whatever, and then you're like, sometimes he's on all fours with his back arched.
What we hate is he told us he does reverse cowgirl sometimes. And I really, you just don't want to think about your boy, your homie.
Can you imagine
for the last 8 years
just slamming his ass on a car?
Looking back probably too. That's good. That's good in my ass.
You like that?
Dog, no.
I don't even like imagining like my straight friends having sex, like what that looks like.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. The good looking ones. I never think about Chris having sex.
Just a lot of like red faces.
It's a lot of looking up. I think you take your shirt and tuck it under your chin.
I close my eyes really tight too because I'm scared of eye contact. I never come.
I think the worst thing to walk in your buddy haven't done to him is getting his ass ate, regardless of the position.
Yeah,
you just open the door and your boy's just on all fours. It's like, shut the door.
Listen, as somebody who loves getting his ass eaten, there is no masculine way to have it done.
And then I guess the whole like change your diaper position is the best way, but still, it's like you're holding the back of your head. You're like, eat that ass. It doesn't feel good. It feels good, but it doesn't.
It feels good, but it's not masculine. Even if you're being like that, like being like, fuck it, you're still like your hips hurt after because you had to hold your legs up.
So would you rather walk in on your friend doing the diaper position or on all fours?
Probably diaper position would be pretty a little better. All fours, it's just he's like, I imagine he's on his elbows for some reason.
On his elbows, and then you see that he has his back arched, and he's done it a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, your back arches organically because it feels so great.
He does. It's really just like kind of like a pleasure thing. He's just like, ugh, his back starts arched.
But for me, it's tough because I'm like, I know what goes down there, and it's not good.
Yeah. Well,
no matter how funny it is
I like genuinely do love having my ass eaten, and like I'll tell a girl that, and whenever we hook up in the future, she might start to go for it, but as we know, and as everybody knows, you're not always prepared.
No,
it's not always good. If it's not an hour to 2 hours after a shower, you should not eat my ass.
Yeah,
That's just how it is. And then having to stop her. And then knowing that in her head,
she knows
like the reality is, even if I go, no, not right now, and she goes, okay, and we keep fucking, she goes, it's shitty down there. There's poop down there.
Oh, no.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, because I've gone down on some girls that's not great. But after 4 or 5 licks, you really only just taste the saliva. The poop taste goes away pretty quick.
I don't like.
You lick away a lot of it.
Yeah,
You just gotta lick the streaks up. Then you spit it out like chew, and then you get back in there.
Yeah, you got a little water bottle.
Yeah, a little spittoon across the room. It goes,
That's my butt tune. Don't worry about it. That's my shit tune.
Did
you just chew my shit?
You take a little piece of toilet paper that's stuck in there, you put it in your lip like a dip.
Oh, that's my least favorite
zen.
thing. I'm really into like amateur porn, like sex tapes, like that people made with like their girlfriends and stuff, and then posted it and ruined their lives. That kind of stuff really gets me hard.
Revenge porn.
But sometimes there's a lot where it's just like comes down, and it's a lot of toilet paper. One girl was like her entire ass, each side, like almost that she put it in there deliberately. Because maybe she had a little bit of like an ass soreness. That's tough. That's not a fun thing to see. Yeah. I mean, I've had to resort to that before. A little man pun. Put it between your ass cheeks.
I can genuinely say I've never had that experience.
I have a fat ass. I have like a girl's ass.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
He shows me like daily.
You know what's fucked up is like
fun.
Now at some point in the future, I'm gonna check out your ass.
That's fine. And you should because it's really nice. The pants I wear don't like show it off. If I wore leggings, you would fucking freak out.
Adam will probably show you his actual ass if you ask.
Maybe in a couple months.
Yeah, we gotta get to know each other.
I do a fun thing to him because we have like a door. He's my roommate.
Yeah, we live
and
together.
There's a door where like there's a window on it, but it's a little high. So I'll walk to it and like wave at him when he's outside, and then turn around and I'm naked and I jump up.
High. He jumps high.
Yeah, and I show my butt. He just sees it for a second.
The most athletic thing that you do on on a day-to-day basis is show him your ass.
Yeah, jump shot butt show.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things.
And I look forward to it.
I bet.
One of my favorite.
It sounds like he has a great ass.
This is a really good one. You take a towel and you like put it long ways and you tie it around your neck like the top that it looks like an apron, and you just walk in and talk to everyone, and then you turn around and everything else is just showing. You just show your ass.
So most of Adam's day is just coming up with creative ways to show me his ass.
Yeah. That's good.
That's nice.
Well, he's never shown me his penis, which really pisses me off. We've known each other for like 8 years.
Well,
I've never seen. He's seen my wiener at least. I mean, double digits.
Never
triple
asked.
digits.
I usually just walk in the bathroom here, and he's just like, "There it is." And I'm
It's
like,
funny to me. You're peeing at a urinal, and your buddies are talking behind you. You just turn around without putting it back in your pants. You just start talking to
that
everyone.
is a good thing.
He does that.
It really is.
But then he screams at me like really mad if I don't show him my dick.
It's wild if we're both pissing together outside and I look over at it and you like hide it. Like, what do you hide?
What do you mean? How often do we piss outside?
It's happened twice. I think he might have a pussy.
Yeah.
I think
I was about to
I'm
say,
pissing standing up.
if
You see
you're
the
getting too
street.
defensive, you could have one of those cup things that's like, you know.
You think
Yeah,
I'm going that far?
You got a
Matt?
she-weed.
If I had a pussy and I wanted to hide it from my best friend and
do that?
roommate, and I knew that at some point I might have to pee outside, I would keep that thing on me at all times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case. You could have a pussy. You look like you
could.
might be a woman.
Speaking of
riding
pussies,
Pussy.
one of my favorite moments that I've ever had in comedy was you. It's the Filthy Show. I don't know, it might have been the first time I did it, which would have been like, I mean, probably maybe even a year ago now.
Yeah,
And
because you came and visited a couple times.
Yeah. So you went up first and some bitch was yapping her fucking mouth, and you were being you, and you told her to staple her pussy shut.
Was this
And
Chris
the
or me?
room exploded. It was Chris. The room lost their mind.
That's awesome.
That sounds like something I
And
would
now I think I understand it's because you have a pussy.
Yeah.
I stapled
And
it
you
shut.
staple it shut so that
And now
nobody
I'm a man.
accidentally. Because what happens if you're around Adam and you're trying to hide your pussy and you queef? You don't think you can tell the difference between a fart and a queef?
Oh, I know a staple pussy queef.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been around.
So he's got a It's really high pitch.
Yeah, it
queef.
sounds like a
I
retarded
queef a
cat.
staple out. Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, it shoots out, kills
Oh
somebody.
no. Yeah, you queef and it launches the staples.
We specifically both get a lot of dumb lady hecklers.
Yeah.
Because I make
Yeah.
sober women upset. So a drunk woman, I make her upset, and she feels obligated to let me know during my set. There was one in Oklahoma, actually. We did a show. It was after a whole weekend of featuring for shows. And then they're like, hey, we're doing a Sunday show where you go up, you do a set, then you do like 3 shots and come back and do another set. And I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I'll stay and do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Just drive home a little later. And the first set, You know what? Here's the problem. Is I didn't think there was anything wrong with that wasn't even a joke.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, he didn't even think about that.
He was being responsible.
Yeah, drove to Abilene from Oklahoma. Which one? It's like 5.5 hours.
Well, by hour 2, the 3 shots are gone.
Yeah,
anyway.
you got to
Was
stop
I
and get a
with you
tall
at the
boy.
time?
You were there for this?
Okay.
Yeah, it was when I was opening for Mike Cronin.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
And so I go up, I bomb so hard, like just have a horrible set. There's these 2 like really attractive drunk girls in the front. And then I go back for my second set, I'm wasted, and I'm like, start having fun. So it's actually like, all right, this is better. But they already hated me. So they started talking. And it got to the point where I was like, I was fucking with them for a couple minutes and it was going well and everyone was laughing. But it's like one of those situations where it never ends.
Yeah.
Like they're not kicking them out. The hecklers aren't getting the hint.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where there's a 15-year-old kid in the audience, and I said, I'll give you the chicken wings that they're paying me to do this show if you mouth rape this girl so she can stop talking. that was when I realized this is maybe too far.
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The comics fucking loved it. I got off stage and was just angry for like the
They called
entire
Adam
night.
ugly, and our buddy Dean Stanfield, real
God, really, man.
G, dude.
Yeah,
he
really
crushed
defended
his
me.
first set. Everyone loved him. Then he had to go do his second set, and he's like, "Fuck doing good. Who called my friend ugly?"
Yeah, he's like, who called Adam Luckey ugly? Was it you bitches?
"You dumb
That's
whore."
so funny.
Then he ruined his whole second set just making fun of him.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Tank,
That's
that's
a
our
ride
buddy.
or die right
Oh,
there.
Dean
yeah.
Stanfield
Dean's
almost
one of
killed
the
us.
best fucking guys. Yeah, that guy has almost killed us. We were driving because he was
Same
hosting.
weekend.
He was hosting. I was featuring. Chris just came to hang out and did guest spots. And we were driving on the highway. And I'm like, can I get over? Because I need to get over real fast. And Dean just is on his phone. Yeah, you're good. Doesn't look up at all. And as I get over, luckily I looked over. There's just a fucking semi to this truck.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, no, it's fine. I can't die. Yeah, like, yeah, but you didn't die just now because I looked. Like you almost killed yourself.
I think Dean seriously believes he cannot die. It's wild.
he might be right.
He could be.
He's not dead yet.
He got me to write a fucking bull one time. That was insane.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that online.
It was actually really fun. I'm glad I did it, but my ass hurt so bad
Dude,
for like
I
a
would
month.
get fucked up. I hurt my shoulder like a month ago playing basketball at LA Fitness, and it's not that much better.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Same
if I
thing.
fell off of a bull.
Well, one of the guys, Sam Castillo, you've probably met him.
Yeah.
He fell off riding the biggest bull. And he fell right under it, and it landed on him and just busted his ribs. Really, I don't know if he broke them, but they were fucked up.
Holy shit.
But then he had to be fucked up around a bunch of cowboys that are just like, walk it off, pussy.
Yeah, and it's amazing to do all of this for something that gets like 500 views or something like
Well,
that, you know?
it's awesome. It's actually maybe we can watch a little bit of it or at least pull it up so people can look it up because it's actually really
Did
funny.
they keep the part where Sam got crushed?
Yeah, it's in there.
Ooh.
Because the whole thing is basically
find that, Justin.
they
That'd be
interview us, everyone's goofing around, and then it's each comic, and none of us had ever ridden a bull. One of us, Alex Carell, had done it before.
Yeah, I know
And-
Alex.
But
That actually makes sense that he's the one who's written the
yeah, and
bull.
he did it like well too. But most of us wrote it. Like they said, most of the people who have never done it before, they're one jumps, which means like as soon as it goes out,
Yeah.
you just fall off. Yeah,
All right,
see
I'm
if-
sorry. I'm sorry. 1.8K. That's good.
No, it's not terrible, but it's long too. So this was
I,
us training for it.
Yeah,
Wow, Jack Timmons looks a lot better
Oh
back
wow,
then.
yeah.
Oh,
dude.
is that what Jack
Wow.
Timmons is?
Hey, Jack Timmons, get it together, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I just met him when I
happened?
moved here, which is 2 months ago, and that looks like a different human being.
Jack
Yeah.
looks
He needs to get it
terrible now.
together. Jack, you look like
He
shit.
might just not be wearing glasses.
It's so funny when you're around people every day and you don't really realize it, and then you see a picture of them when just from not long ago.
Yeah, so let's show mine first, and then we'll show Sam. You
So-
just show
is
Sam.
Sam.
That's fine. So he falls and then right on his back.
Fuck.
He's a little guy, too.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I've only met him once, but he didn't strike me as a big,
drug
strong
him,
guy.
Yeah, so they drug him over into just this little area. No one knew if he was okay or not. His girlfriend was there. Yeah, he can't get up.
I
He's
mean, walk it
struggling.
off, pussy.
And
Dean
then-
looks fucking crazy.
well, he was scared because he's like, I put this thing together.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
He shows it. I think he shows it in a second.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was laying over there for a long time.
Yeah, he's probably dying.
He went right after. Look at
Oh, kind of
Damn.
sick, though. Like, honestly, oh, shit.
Pretty
Like,
red.
Honestly, if you're
I'm
going to
right
do
before
it,
him.
like, you either have to be impressively good at riding the bull, or
something like that.
Or something like that has to happen. Or you're just, it's like, yeah, whatever.
I was so lucky though, because I went right before that. So there was only 2 people that went before him. So I was one of the 2 people that got to go before anyone had gotten hurt. Because everyone was fucking scared after that. Because they're like, oh, you can get legitimately injured.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't even remember this part. I was so fucking scared.
Blacked out.
I was pretty much blacked out. And then I ride it a little bit.
There you go.
I have it. And then boom, my helmet falls off. And I don't get up right away.
They got a dog in there?
Yeah, no, the dogs are great. The dogs
Did you see,
are like rodeo.
Wow.
Dean was scared for you?
Yeah, Dean actually, he saw I didn't get up right away, and he jumped in there. He was going to come help me.
That's gotta be.
Because I fucking...
Ooh. Yeah, you slammed
I don't think
head.
I was out, but I was just like not with it for
I think
a
if you didn't have that helmet, you probably would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. We were talking about this in the lobby with Cam out there with his just like blind athletic confidence, which I also have.
Cam Patterson.
Yeah, Cam Patterson, which is funny because I think if people just looked at Cam, they'd go, he's athletic because he's black. Well,
he has that confidence is in his skin.
Yes, it truly is.
Really
confidence comes with melanin.
It really does, because have you ever met a black comic who, if you ask them, thinks they had a bad set?
Yeah, no, they crushed every time.
Cam actually might be the only black comic I've ever talked to who's like, I went to Kill Tony
and
with
he
them.
barely has bad sets too, so that's hilarious.
I went to Kill Tony with them on New Year's Eve, and so he performed for 8,000 people, and afterwards he was like, I don't feel like I did that well.
Yeah, I saw him that night too.
You performed for 8,000 people, dude. What are you talking about? And he felt the same way, but the night before, at the Filthy show.
He came
I went
over
the
here.
next night and he felt the same way. But I've always watched bull riding and thought, 8 seconds doesn't seem like that long. You know what I mean?
Scary, yeah. Well, the scariest part to me, like it all kind of seemed like this is going to be a fun thing to do until you lower down, and when you sit on him, you feel him want you on him, and he hasn't even started yet. And I'm like, oh, this guy's really strong, and he does not want me on him. He's pissed. And then, I kind of remembered what they told us.
Look at your face, dude. You look so fucking out of it.
And then we had to do comedy after that. We had to do 10 minutes after everyone had ridden bulls.
Like how long after?
So if you went last, I guess it would, because it was the same order as we went up. So I probably went up about an hour after that.
Damn.
And just performed in that too.
Just in the daylight.
In the daylight. There was a lot of like kids and stuff for the bull riding part.
Great.
And then they're like, the families should leave for the comedy part, because especially me.
And be honest, was it a good show, or was it as bad as I think it probably was?
With the comedy?
Yeah.
It was fine. It was not good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was
Gotcha.
like, it was good enough. It was like
crazy.
equivalent of just like a bar show that went good enough.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't amazing, but people were paying attention and people got laughs. So not everyone was just bombing while everyone talked amongst themselves.
That's nice.
There was like 50 people there.
I'm so happy to be here. I haven't done, like, since I moved here, like I've had bad sets and I've been in front of bad crowds. I mean, we've all performed at Sunset, and no, I really like
It's getting a lot better.
It's getting so much better. I really like the people at Sunset. The owners are really nice. I don't think any of them listen to this, but
I love
they're
Anthony.
amazing.
So I've known Anthony since I got here. I've lived in Austin for 3 years, and him and Adam Hartle started the Sunset Room at like an event center. Did you ever do that one? Did you ever come down?
I didn't do it until they were in the location on 6th.
Wow. Those are amazing.
Those shows ruled, and they did them at Spider House, and then unfortunately Hartle passed away.
Yeah.
And the last time we saw him was we toured Sunset. They had just bought it, maybe like 2 days before we went and looked at it, and he showed us around it and stuff. And it was cool. He had a really good mind for comedy. Like he really knew how to like put on a good show. He would lose money if it meant paying the comics a lot and getting people in the seats. Yeah. He didn't care. He was like, I'll go deep into the red. Yeah.
Which is sick, but as a club owner, not,
But I think it can be good because you'll go in the red, but eventually you get the reputation of you always have crowds, you always have good comics there because you're paying them well.
Yeah.
And then I do kind of feel like that's what's happening there now, though.
I think it's getting better. I mean, even just from when I was here, I think the first time I did it was in the summer, and then being back now, it's like every show is getting a lot better.
One thing they did, which was really simple but really has helped, is they moved the curtain forward.
Yeah.
It used to be a real deep stage, so it looked kind of weird. You're just at the front of this giant stage.
For sure. The curtain helps a lot, but also really I think a lot of what it is like people out here are spoiled.
Yeah.
Because there's many good rooms. I mean, even like we're in the Creek right now. Creek is great. If you get to do Mothership, it's literally perfect. I mean, it's literally, there's not a flaw in the room physically set up.
It's handcrafted for you to have a good set.
Exactly. And if you don't, so many, even like bad. Spider House is great. There's so many places that are good that when you get to Sunset and then like you do a show for like 100 people and you don't feel like you were in a kill box and you go, the ceilings were high. It's like, yeah, but shut up. You know what I mean? There was 100 people there or 50 people there.
Well, when it first started, there was never 100 people there.
Yeah. so see, that's the difference.
That was the hardest part. And I mean, Creek was the same way. Like it's hard at first to build audiences and then like, you know, you have your good shows and then those build. Like when we started, first Filthy show I ever did here, we had 8 people in the audience and 2 of them had bought tickets.
Yeah.
And 4 of them were underage people that weren't supposed to be here, but I talked them into staying and I would help them get booze. That's not true. That's all a joke, Rebecca. Don't worry about it. That's all me kidding. But yeah, it's not, I did do that. But that's also part of the joke. And then David Lucas went up there and opened the show and just decimated them and made them leave. And so we had like 6 people scattered around and then but consistently, that's the thing. If you consistently put on good shows, there are enough comedy fans that they'll hear about it and they'll start coming to that venue. And and it's getting better. Just this last weekend,
dude, it was fucking packed.
We were both, Sunset was packed. Casey Rocket headlined 2 shows here, like sold out.
Yeah.
Insane how good he did too. Just fucking decimated.
He's the man.
Then Filthy show was, and it's all because Kill Tony was in town, or Kill Tony was doing those 2 New Year's Eve shows, brought thousands of people in. And I think that's something that is going to be normal in the future. Like those people are just going to come here, not to see Kill Tony, but to see everything.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're in a great place. And especially like, I think like when Mothership first opened up, from what I can hear, it kind of sucked everybody away.
Oh yeah, but it was tough. And it's still a little tough.
And a little bit, but it's also like, they also sell out everything the second it's up, unless you want to go watch like the open mic or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Though,
even that you can't.
But standby, that's usually how people get in.
Right. So it's like one of those things where people will fly in to do like a comedy tourism type thing. Eventually it leaks out to like Creek and Sunset and all that.
And then those rooms get better, and then the really tip top comics are more inclined to go and do those other rooms too.
Right.
So now you can go to Sunset or Creek and maybe see Shane Gillis and Ari Shaffir drop in.
Yeah.
Which has happened here. I mean, Shane Gillis shot a special here.
Yeah, yeah. And like I did a show on Sunset. I did the Locals Only show where Tony Hinchcliffe closed it out. It's like, you know, like there are like, you can see like real great comics.
Our first, or not first, but so it was originally called Toxic Comedy, the Filthy show, like comedy show. Rebecca made me change that, which I'm happy because it's Filthy is better. Dumb name. Yeah. Then it was called Distasteful. And then that was gay too, so we changed that. And then the first one where it was called The Filthy Show, the lineup was insane. It was Big J. Okerson, Louis J. Gomez, Tony Hinchcliffe was on it, Brian Holtzman was on it.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, Zach Amico.
That's so crazy.
And I hosted it, just sold the fuck out. And then from then on, like Tony Hinchcliffe would drop in every now and then and do it.
Yeah.
And people know that if they go to shows here, like Eleanor Kerrigan dropped in and did it one time. Todd Glass, like you'll go just for a local show. And the cool thing about Austin is the local comics you see are good. Well, and that's not like it's just feeder to the big guys. Like you might like some of them even more than the bigger guys.
Well, that's like, you know, I do the Wednesday show here. That's like what we're trying to, and we might have to do name changes. Show. It's called Comedians on the Rise, which is like, I love the idea behind it, which is like, hey, like, I mean, like even tonight, it's like Hans is on it. Like I think Cam's going to come do a set. Like there's like people who you might like go like, oh, like if you're a comedy fan, you're like, oh, I recognize this person. And it's like great lineups and shit, which is like the beauty of being here. I think people don't always know that.
You were there when I brought Cam out because he dropped it. And that also speaks to who Cam is as a comic, because he did an 8,000 arena show. And then instead of running over and just go and hang out at the after party, which he did eventually, he stopped by here to get another set in.
He did here and then he went to Sunset.
Yeah.
Did a set there.
That's why he's so good, is because he's not losing that. Even with like the stardom that's being thrown on, he still has the grind of a 2 to 3 year comic that wants to keep getting better.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when I brought him out, I mean, you would have thought I brought out Bill Burr.
Dude, it was.
Like,
I've
fucking
never
insane.
once in my life seen a crowd react to somebody coming on stage like that.
Yeah.
It's the only other person that even comes close. Like a year and a half ago in Florida, I hosted for Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah.
And when you brought him out, I mean, I didn't even have to say anything. I would just go up there and go Shane Gillis, and they would lose their shit. But like that was just as close as I've ever seen.
Louis C.K. did here, which was amazing.
Oh
this
my
wasn't
God.
that long ago. This was like a year and a half ago.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. That was this year, I believe, right?
About a year ago.
Yeah.
Huh?
So getting to see Louis C.K. in a 200-seater packed
Yeah.
out with, of course, anyone who was able to get tickets are mega fans of his.
Right? Yeah.
That was amazing. And when he came out, it was pretty fucking huge pop.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Standing ovation at the end too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was amazing.
One of the best hours I've ever seen live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, he is next level.
He's the greatest of all time. in my
I like
opinion.
what he did. I'm
I-
glad he did.
Yeah, let's get back to what this podcast is about.
I agree.
Oh wait, are
with
you
it.
talking about masturbating in front of women? Because he's the greatest of all time.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's the greatest of all time.
It's
Yeah.
funny. We've had
his comedy's fine too.
whenever
yeah.
we talk about that on the podcast, the guest is always like, "Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I have no opinion on it." Basically,
Oh, I have so many opinions. On it.
yeah, I think it rules.
I
It
hope
sound-
he did it without consent.
It sounds like he just asked, and then they were like, "Yeah," and
If
then
you can
afterwards
show
they were
me-
like, "I couldn't say no." I
Yeah,
don't
if you
know.
can show me a case where he did it, he asked and then they said no and he still did it, I will say that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that's really bad. You
Yeah.
shouldn't do that. But if he asked and then they felt like they had to say yes, just say no. Like you have to say no.
It is a weird thing where it's like their like whole power dynamic of like I didn't feel like I could say no and all that. It's like as men we're taught, if you're taught right, your whole life is like consent, you know, all that. And
Like,
then
how
it's
are
like
we supposed to
I
know?
asked, how did I?
Yeah.
I want to read your fucking mind and jerk off in front of you. I have to do one or the other. You know what I mean? I can either read your mind or I can focus on my penis. There's
yeah,
not
the wizard
two.
said I can only have one of each power,
Yeah,
not at the same time.
exactly. When the genie granted my wish, he said you can't use them both at the same time. It's too powerful.
I agree, it's bullshit too. I don't think it's fair.
yeah.
I'm just as bad as you, lady.
Yeah.
And also, they're like, he was positioned in front of the door. At a hotel, there's really not a lot of places to stand where you aren't in front of the door.
Yeah.
Like, you're always going to be in the way a little bit. Here's the thing, though. If he asked me, I'd probably say yes.
Yeah.
And is it because I respect him so much? Yes.
If
but
somebody
he
told-
earned that.
If somebody told me there was a video of Louis C.K. jerking off online, I would make you pull it up right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just want to see that. How does the goat do it?
I want to see his face when he comes.
I want to know what
I wanna see what it looks
I
like.
want to know which position he does. I mean, I'm sure it's classic because he's just like a classic guy. But could you
What if he does it
imagine
like this?
finding out Louis C.K. jacks off
he's
like
like one
that?
of those.
Yeah.
Or he switches hands.
Or
if
if
he has this.
or if it's small, like small enough where he just does this,
Or he's
where he
hand
just does
driving on it the
three
whole
finger-
time.
trying to start a fire.
Whoa. Does that feel good?
Is it spit? Is it lotion? Is he a dry guy?
I
It's
hope
like,
he's not a
who
dry
knows?
guy.
Dry guy's not
I had a
good.
roommate who was a dry guy, and I was like, that just
Why
doesn't
do you
even
know?
make sense.
They
Because
used
we,
to jack off
you know,
together.
we were talking about it. Yeah.
You
Couple
open
of
the door?
boys.
What are you
Well, I
jacking
was
off?
going, I have extra spit if you need any. And he goes, no, I'm a dry
really
guy.
nice to
And,
need it.
and, you know,
What are you, Matt? How do you jerk off?
Spit, big spit guy.
I like to lick my hand.
I kind of do. Do you make that face when you do it?
All the time.
Even when you're alone, you do
It's
it
funny.
sexy. You're like,
I never
ugh.
thought about how weird that is. And then one time I was with the girl and she was like, you should jerk off in front of me. And I was like, okay. And she was like, what the fuck did you just do? Did you just
That is
lick
a
your
little
hand?
weird.
I was like,
Why'd you flick your tongue like that at the end?
I was like,
too?
to be fair, you're right. I've never had to do this with an audience before. I've never been
I
criticized.
think licking your hand is very normal.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
some-
lotion is also normal.
I think for women, that's not what they think. They think you're
Yeah.
gonna spit. They don't think a man's just gonna be like,
well, but women when they go to rub their fucking clit, they lick their hand. It's like,
yeah, but
oh,
women licking is nice. Me licking is terrifying.
That's a great point. Actually, that's a
no
great
one wants to
point.
see me like anything.
I used a fleshlight for the first time recently. Have you guys ever used one?
No, I tried to fuck like a big sex doll, but it was too heavy.
Yeah,
You
it's
couldn't
like
get
you're
in it?
fucking a corpse.
No, you
Scary.
tried picking that up, dude.
Is it a lot? Well, you were trying
Oh.
to make it ride you. Why didn't you
No,
just
he's
get on
trying
top
to.
of
He was
it?
trying to.
I was trying to get it out of the closet.
He was trying to get it out of the pit he found in the woods.
So
hilarious.
I spent the night with a good friend of ours, and he left the house and he has a sex doll. I'm like, I'm gonna try cleaning that out and fucking it while he's out. But then I tried getting it out of the closet. I'm like, fuck this.
So funny that you're not in good enough shape to get it there.
You try, motherfucker. I mean, you ever try to pick up dead weight? It's
your
hard.
Core strength needs work.
They're heavy. I've picked one up before. That's really fucking
Mine
heavy.
is just like it's an off-brand fleshlight. Yeah. It's just one of the a girl bought it for me, which made me feel better about it. Like we went to a sex store together.
That does make you feel better.
And I used it and I was like, this is way better than yours. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
really? It's better than your vagina?
It's close. It's really close.
I fucked one of those. It's like a butt and a pussy.
Yeah.
Like that you just buy. I didn't like that. I didn't like that it's just a butt and pussy. Like, why do I have this?
What hole did you pick? Because it says a lot about you.
Well, I tried both, of course. Great. Here's what I don't like about it is that they both lead to the same place. It's like you're going to the same world either way. I didn't like that. That felt like a ripoff.
Yeah.
Like I thought there'd be a butt tunnel and a pussy tunnel. Turns out it's a butt pussy tunnel.
I came for a different experience.
When I bought that and the lady at the store was like, do you want me to take it out and show you how to use it? And I was like,
what does that mean?
Is this porn?
Yeah.
Are we doing a porn?
How much did it cost?
That was like $70.
Yeah,
wow.
The fleshlight was like 40.
It came with a DVD, decent DVD.
Oh,
what I don't like about it, and I mean,
like an instructional DVD.
Just,
No, just girls getting butt fucked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. So you can pretend you can watch and pretend.
It's like, that's me. I'm that.
It just sucks that you have to clean it out. That's the worst part.
You have to clean it out? I was like, more extra lube for next time.
Yeah.
I will say the best way to do it was to take lubrication and heat it up and then pour it in. That felt the most like an actual vagina.
I will say that the last time I used it, it was shockingly cold. It's very cold.
You don't want to fuck cold.
You don't want to fuck cold unless you really do want to fuck cold. If you're in necrophilia.
I mean, if you're a guy that likes to fuck cold, that's probably the best option. It's always going to be cold.
Yeah.
One time I tried to do the whole fucking like a cantaloupe thing. And I forgot to microwave it, so I'm just fucking cold and sticky.
Is that a thing? Fucking a kid? That's a whole thing?
Fucking fruit is like
a whole thing.
It's a whole industry.
Like sticky it's a whole industry.
Yeah, you don't think about it when you're buying fruit at the store, but like,
what do you think those Mexicans on the side of the highway?
I don't usually think about it. Yeah.
At some point, those are the best people to buy it from if you're going to fuck it because they've
had it. Fuck oranges.
They've had it outside.
Oh yeah,
it's
a little mushy old.
It's like room temp at best. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Around has for fuck.
You fuck
orange to fuck.
We're making them like Borat. We're doing like my orange. Very nice orange fuck.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't ever think about like when you're standing next to somebody and you're buying a cantaloupe and you're smelling them and the guy next to you is smelling them, he might be smelling it to fuck it.
You're both looking for freshness for very different purposes.
But I didn't realize you had to microwave it for it to feel good.
Yeah.
So I'm just fucking it. There's seeds on my dick.
That's gross.
I forgot to take the seeds out.
Yeah, I mean, I tried.
I was young.
I used to go to all the websites and find all the stuff, but it never like worked out the way people made it sound like.
What do you mean?
Like,
different
fill
ideas.
up a latex glove with like, SpaghettiOs and
cold SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, if you get one of those party cups with like 2 sponges on the soft side moist, that's pretty fun if you warm up the sponges.
Somebody sent me one like that recently. It was like as a joke.
They just gave it to you?
No. Like a video.
Yeah, it was just used.
They were like, here, there's lube. Yeah, there's lube already in it.
That can work.
That's like a fifi. It's like what the guys in prison use. They'll like build one with sponges and latex gloves.
I thought they used each other's assholes.
Oh, is that why my nickname was Fifi in prison?
Yeah, unfortunately
I thought because they thought I was French.
Well, no assembly required, which is nice. Real life Fifi is the best because
you got to get past these kicks, but after that, you're good to go.
I always think about like sometimes like I do like things in my butt, and I wonder how long into prison I would be like into it. You know what I mean?
You're pushing back.
Yeah.
Argument I've always made is, and most people, they're not going to admit this, but I think most people would do this, is that it would be better if you're going to get raped anyway, and you don't have the physicality to fight off all these like hardcore gangster dudes. It would be better to just have a consensual gay relationship with a big tough dude that's going to have your back. 100%. And everyone's like, oh, fuck that shit. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'd rather have that than my head being slammed into concrete after I just fought a guy and gassed out. Yeah. And now my butt's being entered.
I would definitely rather be like holding somebody's pocket and getting walked around and then,
See, I would try to get past that. I'd be like, I'm not your bitch.
I'm your partner.
I'm your boy. Like, yeah, we like a lot of the same movies. I love your eyes. Your eyes rule.
Yeah. Like, those drawings that you make are really beautiful. I have 3 of them up in my cell right now.
I can just never say no when you want to have sex.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only difference from a normal
respect
relationship.
each other, except I can't say no.
Absolutely not. I know that if I say no, it's going to be worse, so I might as well just say yes.
Yeah. Sounds like
I've been trying to
marriage.
teach my wife. Yeah.
It sounds like how marriage is supposed to be. I respect you, but don't say no.
A nice Muslim marriage.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Oh, man, that'd be great. You just wrap them up and then fuck them when you need
Settle
to.
down, Adam.
I'm not allowed to get started on the Muslims anymore.
I hate when Adam gets started on the Muslims.
Huh?
You look hard.
I look hard?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's what
Are you hard? Matt, are you hard?
Dude, not yet.
Come on, man.
Man, that would suck if this was hard.
Talking about Muslim women really killed it for me.
Yeah, I know. Like,
That made you not hard.
Prison rape was getting me going.
prison rape is more fun than Muslim
looking
women.
at Muslim porn. The only bad, the quality is always shit. They're like recording with fucking Nokia flip phones over there for some reason.
It's the same quality as
Can we send these
videos?
guys some GoPro? Yeah, why is it that the dude getting fucking eaten by tigers in the desert is 4K, but some chick getting butt fucked with a towel on her head
All
looks
the
like
money's going towards
it's from
ISIS
1999. Yeah, it's bullshit.
I like when they do high quality porns and they make the girl Muslim and it's just obviously some Latin chick
Who's
and
that
they
girl,
put a
Mia
headdress
Khalifa?
on it. And I'm like, this is the most racist shit I've ever come to in my life. This is crazy. Yeah.
Muslim porn is like, this girl's really naughty and she's just like driving.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Naughty slut breaks all the rules.
She's going to mall by herself.
It's just a woman cooking what she wants to eat.
It's a girl not fucking a guy.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
It's a girl going, my head hurts.
Well,
Instead of a facial at the end, she's getting stoned to death.
Oh, Jesus. There it is.
There it is.
That's the filthy pod.
I just wanted to add to it. I thought we were having fun.
We are. We're having fun, dude.
I've seen some stoning videos.
They're great.
They're
right,
rough.
I like that video.
You know what? I actually never in my like childhood got really into like the
Death videos.
like death videos, the beheading videos, the like pain Olympics. Like I had friends who would watch the pain Olympics and shit. I just
I've
was
seen it
never
all.
around.
Are you into them now?
Well, no. I feel like I missed the boat being like a 12-year-old and watching somebody cut their own dick off for $1 million.
Yeah, but there's now it's just insane because it's like everyone has cameras now, so you just see shit. Because I've been subscribed on a website for a long time. You can only get in now if you're registered to it. It's locked down because it's a pretty cool place. Post my comedy on there. It does pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. There's an off-topic forum. They like me.
Really?
Huh? Yeah, I put
That's
a couple
true?
of my videos out like a couple years ago. They got a lot of views on there.
That's awesome.
I have a video of me doing comedy, and I'd say like 2,000 of the views were from that. They really liked it. It wasn't like I'm gonna kill you, but it's like not as good as the black kid getting shot in the neck.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, so it's shit like that.
My video's right under that.
Yeah,
but yeah, so it's a forum, and the main part of the forum is death videos. And the thing is, there, like you'll see stuff that won't ever be on the internet again. Like it's a video that just popped up and then it gets scrubbed. So you'll see. I saw one where it was like
wild shit.
A black dude having sex with a white guy. They was having gay sex in a hotel. And then for some reason, the way he decided to kill the white guy was he walked off camera, came back with a knife in his butt. So the knife was in the black guy's butt. This might be a prison thing. Sharp end in first, so the handle's sticking out. I don't think it was in his butt. I think he had like big
clenched.
fat cheeks, so like the blades like
and he
between.
He didn't want him to see.
Yeah, so he came in, which is wild, very planned, and then he reached back and pulled by the handle and stabbed the dude to death, just fully on camera. Like,
I mean, how else would you kill your gay lover?
Yeah, how else are you gonna make it so your homies don't know you're gay?
You learn things, man.
Holy shit!
But what's wild about that is how vocal the dude is while he's being murdered. He's like, "I'll give you a bunch of money. Stop killing me.
Please stop. Don't kill me."
You can talk a lot while you're getting murdered. In movies, they're never talking much.
No, they're not. They're kind of apparently you maintain full vocal
range. Is that something
range.
You'll be interested in seeing, Matt?
I don't want to know. That would ruin my day. Like I don't have, it doesn't like make me like sick or queasy. It's just like, dude, it would just fuck my day up.
Yeah, we were in LA, me and like 5 other Austin comics, and I showed my buddy Darian that site. And it was a really small Airbnb because it's LA and we're all broke. He's just sitting in the living room, blasting like a dude killing someone with a hammer, and everyone's like, "Please fucking stop doing that."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was me, Darian, and 2 other comics coming back from New Orleans, and Darian and I are just watching death videos as he's driving, and they're just like, "Please stop! We don't want to hear this." And we're like, "Shut up! Darian's driving. He gets to choose."
It's almost like the more subtle ones are more disturbing.
Oh yeah, my favorite one is this guy's fucking this fat woman like really hard. It's almost really cool to jerk off to.
Well, hold on.
Before
depends. Yeah,
you can jerk off to it. It's that good, like of looking porn, and then her husband comes in and stabs them both to death, and that's where you really come
hard.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that one at least like makes sense. Like
we can talk about this.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like you understand the motive in that one. You go, guy's wife is getting fucked. He catches them and freaks out.
It's a situation like I think he put the camera up and it was like a live feed and he saw what was happening because he came in ready. He didn't come in like
I think he was waiting.
Yeah, but he
walked
knew
in with
beforehand and wanted to catch them, wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's premeditated, but I understand the motive. Whereas like the booty cheek bandit from before, like he
That's a good
obviously premeditated. He knew it was going to happen. I'd imagine he set the camera up, but the motive, if the video is all that you've explained to me, it's like, why? Like you were just fucking this nice white guy. Why
Have you ever met a gay guy?
I've met gay guys.
You ever want to kill him?
No, I like gay guys a lot.
Yeah, gay guys are
but
cool.
I've only met cool gay guys. There are like not cool.
I will
gay
say
guys.
this white guy didn't seem that cool.
He seemed fine. We don't know. And he didn't seem like let's not write this guy off. I think a lot of that, because there's been a lot of like dudes that have sex with men and then kill them. Like there's been serial killers like that. I didn't think it's like they're gay, but they don't want to be.
Yeah.
So when they fuck these guys, they feel so wrong. And then they're like, fuck you. You made me fuck you, you beautiful man.
Yeah.
And then kill them.
You made me gay.
That's how I met Chris.
It is.
He fought me off and now we're boys.
Damn, dude. It's like, you know what? I respect you for saying that.
Thank you. He had a sword. I wasn't expecting.
Wow.
I pulled a knife out of my butt. He pulled a broadsword.
Wow.
I was like, that was in your
It's
ass.
like a samurai sword. Like
ass.
he keeps the case in his ass and then the sword just comes out. He puts it back in.
I always thought that'd be like a cool like anime guy, like a cool like hero is that he when his wiener's hard, he grabs it and he pulls it hard and there's a sword on the other end.
Oh yeah, that would
He's
be
got
cool.
a wiener sword. Like
Whoa.
You thought I was a man, but actually it's a wiener sword.
Yeah. Actually, I'm trans.
Actually, I'm trans, but I'm still a man. I'm
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
whatever I
That's
say.
How are we doing on time?
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna have to wrap it.
Yeah.
Up.
Sick.
Awesome.
But that was a lot of fun.
This is a lot of fun,
Yeah,
man.
fuck yeah. This was a lot of fun.
Go watch those videos.
We
Yeah, I'll
didn't get
link
as
them to
offensive
you.
as I thought, which is nice. I like that. We got, I mean, you guys got it in.
We definitely didn't meet our like big standard, but it was fine. If
I
this wasn't
think-
an offensive podcast, I think that would be considered an offensive episode.
We talked about things that I don't think I'll ever talk about again.
You want to end with a racial slur to make it?
No,
Yeah,
no,
throw one
no. But
Okay,
but and like I don't feel like we said anything where I go, you should cut that out. But I do feel like I pushed the line for me personally.
You're not going to promote this when it comes out.
If you guys tag me in something, I'll share it on
Hell
my
yeah.
story.
Well,
I'm not like
the thing is, in the
I'm not
future,
gay.
I'm sure a lot of things we've said, like 6 years from now, we'll see them a lot worse.
Yeah, well,
That's how-
everything ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like 5 years ago, this would have been crazy.
Oh yeah.
But now it's like everybody said, like all the coolest gay guys I know say faggot and get like everything is fine.
Yeah.
You can be jokingly racist,
While they fuck.
but it peaks and valleys. 5 years from now, we'll go woke again, and then we'll come back. It's just how it goes.
And then imagine when whites are the minorities, we're gonna have a goddamn field day.
The good thing is 5
We're
years
gonna
from now,
crush.
is probably when I'll start to actually get successful. So it'll be great that this
We'll
will
ruin
ruin
it for you.
Not if we have
Yeah.
anything to do about it.
The thing is, me and Chris are going to be famous for being the guys that are in the videos that keep ruining
You
all
guys
these
actually, you guys only do this podcast. You don't even publish it. You just have blackmail against all the comics that you have on.
That's
it. So
smart.
When
That
they
is
become
smart.
successful, you go, I will post you talking about black kids and
Pay us
trash bags
$1,000.
unless you give me $50,000 and let me open for you.
Hey, thanks, Matt. That's actually a good idea.
That's not a bad deal. I'll take that all day.
Why do you think I
You're
held my
on
tongue
this,
on some of
Justin.
this stuff?
We'll give you
know?
some of the money, dude.
Justin's involved.
Justin's
Yeah.
in.
Hell yeah.
Justin's
All right.
actually an FBI agent.
Well, this was fun, guys.
That was a lot of
Thank you
fun.
very
Thank you
much,
for doing
man.
it, man.